go. As would be right about there. Alright, let's get the room link from Tyler and George. We'll go ahead and
let's bump up the mic audio there. Music is really loud, so dim off the music, bump up the mic volume, and hopefully that's good there. So, as I saw before, two offensive variants that we don't see a whole lot of. Typically, Mesprit is more of a support variant, and typically Tangrowth can be offensive, but it's more of a defensive Pokemon. Normally, because it's got a lot of bulk. So it's interesting to see what else these two have in the back, with two normal support or defense Pokemon being more of offensive Pokemon. So another Ice Beam coming out there, was aiming to go into Tangrowth, would have picked up the KO. Instead, doing next to nothing on Slowking there. That'll easily get shrugged off, but look for a knockoff here onto the Slowking if he doesn't want to get that switched out. Slowking is typically going to be slower than Mesprit. Typically, because I don't know any of these exact sets. But almost always slower than the Mesprit. So a knockoff is going to come from the Mesprit into Slowking, revealing an item, unless he doesn't want that Slowking to be revealed, in which case switch it out. Tangrowth did recover some HP from the Regenerator. Knockoff coming out is going to reveal the Heavy Duty Boots. Okay, that's another item you don't see a whole lot of on Slowking. And Teleport being used more and more on Slowking, especially with the Regenerator to recover the HP. Mismagius coming out. Mismagius is going to be faster than the Mesprit. So look for a Shadow Ball here to get a KO on the Mesprit. Just want to get that pesky Pokemon out of there. But the knockoff, as I said, revealing the Heavy Duty Boots, another item you don't see a whole lot of on Slowking. So he was anticipating some hazards coming out. So look for possibly a Defog coming out in the future off of Slowking, or something like that. So both teams looking to really take their time here. And Mesprit is more of an offensive Pokemon. This is going to pose a pretty big threat to George's team, with two Pokemon that are weak to Ghost-type moves, the Dragapult and the Mesprit. So a Shadow Ball can do a whole ton to George's team, and he has nothing to really resist it, except for the Infernape. But a Shadow Ball could do a ton here. That's what I'm anticipating coming out of Mismagius here. Nothing is revealed, and Levitate, a standard ability onto Mismagius. So if you know that the Shadow Ball is coming out of Mesprit, coming out of Mismagius, the ideal switch here would be Infernape. It'll be interesting to see whether George chooses to go with that, or leave Mesprit in, sack it to get a clean switch, and bring in a Freshmon Pokemon. But a lot of his Pokemon have already taken some damage. Tangrowth, they're sitting at 41%. It will recover some of that coming back in with the Regenerator. So look for it to be right around 70% coming back in. And Slowking about 58%. Again, with the Regenerator, it's more around 85 to 90%. So far, nothing really revealed from either side. Knockoff Assault Vest and knockoff Heavy Duty Boots. Both teams really taking their time, thinking this through. This is a semifinal match, so even though both Tyler and George have gotten past their first round matches, have been promoted to C-League, there is still a lot on the line because we need to determine a champion for our challengers. And George and Tyler both, this is the first semifinal match to go on, and on Tuesday will be the second semifinal match. That'll be versus Delta versus Cammy, and I'll of course be bringing you that here. That'll be Tuesday evening Eastern time, sometime after about 5 o'clock to possibly later in the night. But right now we got to determine a winner of this match. Who's going forward into the final? Tyler saying that the timer rushes him. I can definitely feel the feeling there, because I don't like playing with a timer either, but I tend to play a lot quicker. And George taking his time. Miss Maggie is posing a real threat to his team, and there's a number of different moves this Miss Magius can do. Shadow Ball being chief among them. I've talked about that before, but that would easily take out Mesprit, no matter what EVs or spread is on Mesprit, except for barring a protect, basically. There's a Shadow Ball, as I called before. And Mesprit down, so he's going to look to bring in a fresh Pokemon. Didn't want to take any damage from a switch-in. Now Dragapult should outspeed Miss Magius. Miss Magius 193, 339, Dragapult 260 to 421. Typically, Dragapult outspeeds Miss Magius, but I don't know the spread, and that's going to be an Infernape. Okay, this does put some pressure on Miss Magius, and you don't know what kind of pressure Miss Magius can provide to Infernape. Miss Magius getting out there, and Slowking coming in, going to take a super effective U-turn. Infernape getting the heck out of there. Wants nothing to do with Miss Magius. Just going to give about 28% on Slowking. So, as I said, Slowking was right around 91%. Goes down to 63. Fresh Pokemon coming in for George. What does he want to use to pressure Slowking? Look for possibly the Superior if it's a special dragon type. There it is, the Superior. Now Superior is going to be running Contrary, and there's a Leaf Storm. Contrary activates, doubles the special attack. So it's now at +2 on special attack, but Leaf Storm not doing a whole lot to Tornadus Therian. Another Regenerator Pokemon, so Tornadus Therian can directly pressure this Superior. A Hurricane would do huge damage, if not one-hit KO the Superior. And the Superior, I expect, is not going to run a whole lot else other than Leaf Storm. It is important to note that Superior going to come right out. Air Slash, not going to come out from Tornadus Therian into the Mudsdale, activating Stamina, boosting Defense, and then going to get rid of the Tornadus Therian in favor of Tangrowth there, pressuring the Mudsdale. Mudsdale going to leave down Stealth Rocks using its turn. That's going to damage all of the switch-ins for Tyler until he can defog. And we already know that there is no defog on this Tangrowth because it was revealed to be an offensive Tangrowth holding the Assault Vest earlier. So Mudsdale coming back. This is going to be a Skarmory knockoff coming off, and that's going to get rid of the leftovers. That's not surprising onto Skarmory. Skarmory, very much a defensive Pokemon, utility Pokemon, typically used to lay spikes, stealth rocks, number of hazards, can also defog to get rid of hazards. So Skarmory holding leftovers, very bulky, not important. Leftovers going to get knocked off there from Tangrowth. That's going to help reduce Skarmory's longevity in this battle. Otherwise, it can be a very annoying Pokemon to deal with. And hello, Zombie and Raven. Tornadus Therian going to come off, take a Brave Bird. Okay, so that's more of an offensive Skarmory. And another Brave Bird going to pick up about 38%, going to KO the Skarmory there with the help of Heat Wave. So Skarmory down, and Tornadus Therian sitting rather nicely at 26%, can still retreat to gain about 30% of its HP back. So in the Battle of the Birds, it's going to be Tornadus Therian over Skarmory with the help of a Heat Wave there. So that is a special attacking Tornadus Therian. Was revealed already to be Air Slash and Heat Wave. I'm expecting a Hurricane, but maybe not if it's already knows Air Slash. They'll be doubling up on flying type moves, and there's so many better moves to put on Tornadus Therian that you don't really want to double up on any one type of move. But it's important to note that this battle is already swinging in the advantage of Tyler, 6 Pokemon to 4, with both Skarmory and Mesprit down. But those that are left for George are still high offensive threats. Infernape, Dragapult, Skarmory can all carry a battle if you let them get away with it. Dragapult especially is a very high offensive threat, and it's fast. It could be physical, it could be special. We don't know yet. Dragapult has not seen the field this battle. Hello, Wolf, you too. So it's important to see which Pokemon George wants to come out and pressure the Tornadus Therian with. Probably be the Mudsdale. If I had to guess, I'd be expecting the Mudsdale to come out and pressure the Tornadus Therian, get it off the field. Because otherwise, you're looking to take major damage to the Infernape or the Serperior from Air Slashes. Dragapult, Dragapult could come out. It would very likely be faster than Tornadus Therian, so it could pick up a KO there. There's the Dragapult, so it's pressuring the Tornadus Therian. You gotta get the Tornadus Therian out, or else it's gonna get KO'd. Tangrowth comes in, fresh, and there's the Dragon Darts. This is a physical attacking Dragapult. So look for a Dragon Dance as well onto Dragapult possibly, and there it is, the Dragon Dance gonna come out, boost the speed and attack, and Knockoff going to come out and get rid of the Dragon Fang, which would boost the power of the Dragon-type attacks. So already we got some good heavy hitters out now. Dragon Dart's going to come in, take the KO onto Tangrowth. Stakataka coming out now. This is a very bulky Pokemon. Going to get, oh boy, going to get Dragapult out of there, and we're setting up Trick Room. Tyler saying Agent Stakataka is in. And this is going to be a very interesting match. We have Trick Room set up. The speeds are reversed. If you would go last in the turn, now you go first. So Stakataka will go first over Mudsdale. Because if you're running Trick Room, you are not putting any EVs or IVs into speed. But with the ground-type Mudsdale in, you don't want to leave Stakataka in to hit it, take an Earthquake. Slowking going to come out, so we already know now this is a slower, bulkier Slowking. Going to slack off there. With slack off and teleport now, look for possibly a Scald to come out onto the Mudsdale. And there it is, the Scald on the Mudsdale. Going to hit a Serperior that's going to come into pressure Slowking. Now Serperior is going to go for a Leaf Storm. And going to absolutely miss the Tornadus Therian. That's unfortunate. So no boost onto Serperior. Would not have done a whole lot onto the Tornadus Therian. We did see in the past that when it came out and used the Leaf Storm in the past, it did right around 22% right there. You can see that on turn 7. So that would not have done a whole lot here. Would have taken it down to 37%, but this Serperior is now being pressured hugely. You do not want to leave it in to take a Air Slash from Tornadus Therian. So look for Serperior to switch out to go back possibly to Mudsdale. Because an Air Slash is very likely coming out that would pressure that would put huge damage onto Serperior and the Infernape. Super effective on both. Mudsdale coming in. That's an Air Slash, 44% on a crit. So this is getting to be very interesting. Going to raise the defense with Stamina. Stamina, a very interesting ability. And it can cause people a lot of headaches if you don't take that into consideration. So now with the crit, an Air Slash is not going to KO Mudsdale with the Stamina. Rock Slide going to come out. That would have done huge damage onto the Tornadus Therian. Instead does very minimal, 15% to the Slowking. So now Slowking going to come out. Look for a Scald. We've already seen it onto the Mudsdale. If it comes out onto any other Pokemon, that's fine too. Could pick up a... Oh no, Trick Room. Okay, we're going to set up the Trick Room again. So he's got Trick Room on 2 Mons. that would be the Stack Attacka and the Slow King. So it will go first now. Actually, it'll go second since it'll go first because the Toxic came out from Mudsdale and missed before the Trick Room came out. So far, all the hacks and strong advantages on Tyler's side. It's going to take one heck of a battle for George to pull this off, but he's skilled enough to be able to. There's an Earthquake coming out. Oh! So Earthquake, Teleport. They'll get Slow King out of there. Teleport has minus priority, so it will always move last, even in Trick Room. So Earthquake going to come out and basically be nullified by the Regenerators, because it took 31%, it'll recover 30%. Stack Attack are going to come in and look to basically clean up this battle if it can. Stack Attack against a 30% Mudsdale is not looking good on the side of Mudsdale. But going to come out, so just recover about 30% onto the Slow King, and it's going to take 30% from the Earthquake. So Mudsdale just going to continue the Earthquakes, and Slow King going to try to heal up to full. Sitting at right around 50% now for Slow King, as took some from the switch in from the Stealth Rocks. There's the Scald going to pick up the KO on Mudsdale, and something that he could have done a few turns ago, admittedly. Even he's saying that he's not thinking straight. Yeah, he could have hit the Scald a few turns ago and didn't have to switch out there. But now you got Slow King in that at about half health. Superior is the logical choice to come out against Slow King. But at the same time, you got Tornadus Therian in the back there that would love to eat those Leaf Storms and not take a whole lot of damage. Dragapult come out, and we already know it's Dragon Darts and Dragon Dance, so physical attacking Dragapult. We don't know the other two moves, but very likely it's not going to have something that can really pressure the Slow King. You got Infernape there as well that has not seen the field of battle yet, or has barely seen the field of battle yet, for one turn and hit a U-turn and then went right back in the back. So is Infernape you really don't want to have go against Slow King. There's not a whole lot that Infernape can do against Slow King. All of its moves are basically resisted by Slow King, the fire and the fighting moves. Dragapult would be the logical choice. Hope and pray for a strong Dragon Darts, and with possible the EV spread. Look for it to be about either especially defensive or defensive Slow King. So Dragon Darts may or may not pick up a KO onto Slow King. Superior, if that comes out, that's going to force a switch to Tornadus Therian, very likely, to absorb a Leaf Storm. George saying that he's really worried that miss on Tornadus Therian earlier might have mattered. Personally, I don't think it does, because it would have been negated by the switch out anyway, the Regenerator. It would have been about 20% more. So Tornadus Therian sitting at 59, might have been sitting right around, we'll say 37 to, we'll say about 37 to 35. Regenerator, it'll come back out at about 65. Now with Regenerator, it would come out to be about 90. Easily absorb a Leaf Storm and basically force a switch in return, and possibly, in my opinion, it would clean up this match. Air Slash would take care of Superior and would take care of Infernape, and then Air Slash could take care of Dragapult too, although it's not super effective on Dragapult. Dragapult does not have a whole lot of bulk. Its main boost is being offensive. It has versatility in being specially or physically offensive, but it doesn't have a whole lot of bulk, a whole lot of staying power in this battle once it starts to take damage. So George, pressure is really on George right now. He's staring down the barrel of that gun. He can't be feeling comfortable right now. He's down 3-5, and those 3 Pokemon he have left are all very highly pressured by 1 or 2 Pokemon on Tyler's team, not to mention the rest of Tyler's team. Audino has not come out yet. We haven't seen it. That's the only Pokemon that has not seen the battle so far from Tyler's side. So Audino is more of a cleric Pokemon. Don't expect it to be very heavily invested in offense, although it can certainly carry a battle on the offensive side. Guess we will see. So George possibly thinking of bringing out the Superior. That's it. The Superior comes out. It's going to lock in a Leaf Storm because that's its main offensive threat. And there it is, going to pick up a KO on the Slowking. Tyler leaving Slowking out. Stakataka going to come out. Stakataka Rock and Steel. Tyler saying, wait, oh, yeah, Stakataka, not the ideal Pokemon to have out against a Superior. You do not want to be giving Superior free boosts here onto Leaf Storm, because once it gets up into that 3 times and 4 times special attack, the +4 and +6 special attack stages, that's when even against a Tornadus Therian, it could still pick up heavy damage and 2-hit KO. There's another KO on the Stakataka, and now Tornadus Therian going to come out, not taking any damage from rocks, so it does have heavy duty boots. But now Superior at 4 times +4 special attack. There's a Cobra Berry going to weaken it. Hidden Power, very interesting choice. That's going to be either Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Electric. Either way, at 12%, the Cobra Berry going to do 34%, so that means the next Air Slash will KO Superior. Cobra Berry does half damage, halves the damage, so it would have done 68, does 34. Tyler saying this game can go either way. I personally don't think so. Air Slash going to come out and very likely pick up the KO on your Superior if he chooses to leave it in. If he chooses, we already saw no damage from the rocks, so Tornadus Therian carrying the heavy duty boots, so it's not going to take any damage from switching back in. There's the Air Slash, there's the KO under Superior. Now it's either Infernape or Dragapult. Dragapult here could very well pick up KO on Tornadus Therian. Would definitely pick up the KO, let's just put it that way, on Tornadus Therian. And Infernape would also pick up the KO on Tornadus Therian. So, actually, Tyler might have this right. This could still go either way. Because Infernape does have priority moves that can use on Tornadus Therian. So there's Dragapult. So Dragon Darts there would KO Tornadus Therian. Audino is normal type. So anything he brings out would take heavy damage from Dragon Darts. This is not the turn to set up with Dragapult, because an Air Slash coming out from Tornadus Therian would very likely KO Dragapult. So there's the Dragon Darts, KOs there, and now the Mismagius. So Dragapult should outspeed the Mismagius, but we don't know. If the Mismagius is carrying Choice Scarf, the Mismagius is Choice Scarfed. Very likely Choice Scarfed, let me put it that way, to outspeed Dragapult. So Shadow Ball coming out there, and now he's locked into Shadow Ball. Very likely locked into Shadow Ball there. Interesting. Infernape versus Audino and Mismagius. Infernape could 1v1 Audino. Would 1v1 Audino. The Mismagius is locked into Shadow Ball, which is not going to do a whole lot against Infernape. So let's see what Infernape. We already have seen U-turn. Shadow Ball would not do a whole lot here, but Infernape doesn't have a whole lot of bulk to begin with. It is more offensive, just like Dragapult. There's a Shadow Ball, 62% Flare Blitz, gonna KO there. Oh boy. Audino gonna come out, and there's a close combat. There's a KO. Very good match to both trainers. Infernape picking up the win for George. He'll move on to the final and await the winner of Delta versus Cammy. That'll bring you on Tuesday. Tomorrow, be sure to stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to have tonight, later on tonight, we'll have Eagle versus Chris. Tomorrow will be Mams. And then on Tuesday, Delta versus Cammy. So more playoff action to come tonight and tomorrow here with Griffin. Thanks, everyone.